Hello, Riley. My name is Jasmo, and I'm gonna give you a relatively short, like super short critique today on your piece that you sent me. Wait, double check things. Okay, just to practice, all right? All right. There's a few not key tips, just suggestions you might like to try on other pieces that I noticed right away. I don't know if you intended for the lines to be like super there in your face to help give the cat its structure. The one tip I have for that is to change the color of your lines, kind of like how Disney does it. Disney's characters don't really ever have a black outline around them. They usually have like a skin tone and then a slightly darker skin tone surrounding them. Sorry, my music got really loud. So like on the cat ears, for these darker lines, or these lines right here really, pick a darker color inside the cat ear and use that color instead. And it doesn't have to be super dark, but just for enough of an indication that you can make the structure there. And as you move deeper into the ear, you use the darker and darker colors until you don't need them anymore. On this one cat ear, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't see the inside of it, so it could be just the top of the cat ear all the way across. Let's see. You are doing the light and dark, the contrast thing, where things are darker closer to you and they are lighter the farther away that you get. The only thing I might stress is this line here. You're blending a light into a light. You need to keep the contrast by having either much lighter cloud or a much darker tree line. There you go. Let's see. Butterfly is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Maybe a little thick on the body? Maybe, maybe just cut them in half. Not literally cut them in half, but if you were ever to remake this piece, I would try using actual colors for the lines, just darker versions of the actual thing around it. So like on this line, I would use one of these colors, or one of these colors. Oh, and on the shading of the cat itself, you do have blue shadows, but they are very gray. And the rest of your piece has a lot of saturation in it, like a lot more color, not so much gray. Even these guys back here, I would probably recommend using a more saturated blue, somewhere maybe in the half-Z range right here for the outline. And then I don't know how you choose your colors, but if you want to start at an original shade, usually when I go darker, I just put the end of my mouse on that original color and then click and go, and I travel up into the darker corner for the darker shadows. And if you're on your original color for the lighter shades, for the highlights, you'd go the opposite direction, down and to the right instead of up and to the left. The glow on the ear, or like the light, you know, you see light passing through the ear, so you'd see some of the glow. Nice. The eye, nice. Clouds, stars, nice. You might actually put more stars in there, actually. Don't be afraid to put in like really tiny, subtle stars. That may hurt. Change the color for me. Yeah, not like that, but like super subtle. It doesn't have to be like it's glitter, but a few more stars, or just more abundance. There are tons of stars, a lot of them we can't see, so you can have kind of free reign on like how exuberant you want your starscape, your sky to be. Let's see. you have really harsh contrast of the cat. If this is a nighttime picture, not everything has to be just blue because it's nighttime, but I would definitely choose not a pure white. That is definitely a pure white. Usually when you do color or just a rendering of any kind, you stay away from pure black and pure white because it can flatten your piece. So instead of this pure white, you could choose, usually if you want a really bright light color, you would choose a yellow white or a blue white. And it doesn't have to be fully saturated. You could come deeper towards the dark side, but you don't need to. But you don't need to be like straight up against this wall. You could be somewhere out here usually. And it's really perception is that the darker your surrounding colors, the more white your lighter colors will be. So it is okay to use like this purple white for the actual highlight of the cat instead of a pure white. And it will still look like that is the highlight, that it is a white. It'll still look like it's a white cat too. That's the neat part. That's the neat part. I know I'm doing a sloppy job. It is a quick critique. I do apologize that it is such a quick critique. I'd probably stick this guy up here. And I don't usually do like full paint overs, just kind of like suggestions. Maybe not that deep or that dark. Quick question. Okay, good. I think the only other place you did use a... Actually, this looks slightly blue. Good. It's the pure whites, really, that can flatten something out. Especially, and it can also kind of blow out the figure, like the cat or a person. So maybe avoid using, like, just straight up white. Also, thumbnails. I mention this as much as I can to anyone, is make thumbnails of the piece that you would like to make before you actually make it. And what I mean by a thumbnail is like just open a file about this size and section off a corner of it. If I can make it a little more, yeah, section off a corner of it, and then just kind of put the general shapes of what you would like in grayscale, in just grayscale, not in pure white, not in pure black. And see if you like the composition and the flow of it. Let's see. And the balance as well. You have a nice solid grounding over here, and the mountains carry our eyes this way. You would almost want your clouds back here to kind of carry up so your whole piece looks like it's kind of spiraling this way. And yeah. I think that's about all I have suggestions for. If you have any questions or you would like me to clarify something further, I would be more than happy to. I hope you find this helpful in some way, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you for allowing me to critique your work. I do appreciate it. And yeah, if you know anyone else that would like to have a critique, or you have more pieces that you would like a critique or help on at any stage of progress, do let me know. At any time on Discord, can always find me on Discord. And yeah, goodbyes are awkward.